Joseph. All right. Let's see if I can. Perfect. So, welcome everyone to this Q&A informational session. It might be on behalf of Lit Team. I am thank you very much for your time and dedication to being with us today. Without further ado, let's begin by showing what we'll discuss. I'm so sorry. What we'll discuss today: our purpose, benefits for you, what is service, how to get involved, our executive positions that we have, and a Q&A session of any questions you guys have regarding LITI, the executive positions, or anything you want to discuss. To begin, let's briefly do an icebreaker. You guys can type it on the chat as well. It doesn't mind. I just want to know what's your name, what's your major, and maybe that all, what inspires you to lead, to be a leader in your life. Who wants to start? Oh, 1 second. It says, Joseph, you can't hear anything. Kiara, one more second. Can you guys hear me? Kiara and Kirk?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Let me see. You can start, Kiara, while I solve the issue. Go ahead. All right, so Kiara says, hi everyone, my name is Kiara Shoulders. My majors are chemistry and philosophy. I am inspired to lead because it brings meaning to my life. Kirk says, Captain Kirk. And in case you know, Kirk is the advisor of lead team. So you will hear it on the, he's pretty much everything who does this process right now at lead team. So he's like our main chair for everything we do. So who wants to start? Let's greet. Hi, Don. Who else has joined us? Kiara and Joseph is here. So who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Oh, go ahead, Don.
All right. For those that don't know me, my name is Don. I am an English major, and what inspires me to lead is that there are people who don't have the ability to, and I feel as though I have, in some way or form, I have some obligation to step up in a way when others can't. So that's what inspires me to lead.
Thank you so much, Don. Great in depth. So really appreciate of you. In the meantime, my name is Diego Diaz. I am the major in the marketing here at GSU. I am a junior student. And pretty much what inspires me to be a leader is knowing that I can make the world better and also knowing that this world is also a good place to be. And hopefully I can ensure that everyone is perfect. Everyone has a place in this world and that everyone feel represented and feel supported and have their feedback and join, enjoy, have fun, work hard. That ensure that everything good happens. And that's why I think by leading and encouraging others to do their best, I can ensure that I can feel represented. So I can ensure that everyone can feel represented. So here's more or less. And let's see who else. Let me think about something. So Joseph, perfect. So Joseph is a psychology major, and it also has a similar inspiration like Don, that I feel that the lack of leadership inspires me to fulfill the role within my group, and that's exactly something important. And hopefully, with leadership, you can achieve that. And Joseph, in case you cannot hear this screenshot, is this presentation, You can go back and see if it works. You can also change a device and see if it works, or come back and see, or see this video after today's presentation on ping. So hopefully everything gets better. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see. Thank you, Joseph. All right. So let's keep going and let's discuss our purpose. As you see on the screen, we have four purposes of leadership, and we have to develop the leaders of tomorrow. We ensure to help our members to succeed. We ensure to offer a social learning experience where everyone feels represented and feel like a sense of community and family. And at the same time, we strive to ensure that every one of us ensures the challenges that leadership comes with it. So this is like a preview of what in real life can be. So our goal is to ensure that our members are prepared to what's next. When you go to the workplace, when you have a dialogue, when you have conflicts, how to approach these situations in a correct manner. Here are some of the benefits that we offer at Lead Team, and pretty much what we offer is a support and guidance environment. We we try to make it adaptable to every schedule. So regardless if you have an online class or an in-person class, we are looking for ways to ensure that Lead Team is a home to uh, feel good and at the same time learn, regardless of how many classes you take. So it's something very important. We are also a place to learn and at the same time practice those events. A personal story that I've had when I was in no, in November of 2019, we created an special clothing event that was result of brainstorming and a brainstorming session we had with the former president, Giant Clark. And what it gives me is the opportunity to understand how planning, communicating, coordinating, contacting another organizations at Georgia State or NGOs or non-profit organizations that makes this process smoother. It was my first step, but it's something that allows me to understand more about how is planning an event. So hopefully with the time, as experience this process, you understand in a more sense how leadership works and how you are essential to make it possible. Also in a friendly environment where everyone is included, where everyone is accepted, and where everyone is welcome, regardless of anything. And I'm also emphasizing on service. That more than just a word, it's an acronym that signifies a lot for leadership. And as I said before, service is more than a word. And as you can see on screen, it's support, excellence, respect, vision, integrity, collaboration, and empowerment. Those skills are very important that a leader has it, and they ensure that when you have the role to coordinate, organize, or help others succeed, you ensure that they also follow your example and they follow your role of leadership that, believe it or not, is necessary in today's world. And having these seven pillars becomes important to ensuring a better world in general. So I gladly invite you to follow them and always, always, always keep in mind that you are important and everything you do will be reflected in the future. So highly, highly important. Now, as you can see on screen, and in case my boss doesn't hear, you can join us on pin.gsu.edu for every news, every event, and everything we post on the team. We try to be as active as possible, depending on how our schedules and assignments go on. And as a second way to help us and support us is join us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We are the Lead Team GSU. We are posting comment every week or every 2 weeks regarding depending on how our events are going on. And hopefully with the new as we transition to fall, we strive to create more content for you guys. So keep an eye and stay in touch with everything we hope we plan for the future. And we also have our YouTube channel called Lithium at GSU. What we have in this channel is a way to help help members and students to know us, show us our team meetings, and let them know what we offer. It's like like a good way to let them know what we offer and let them know if it's a good fit for them and if it can helpful if it can be helpful for them to inspire their future. So subscribe, ring a bell for notifications, Litima GSU, and I will post the YouTube link on the chat in a second so you guys can follow us when possible. And now we have one more thing, the most important thing, and it's called the 2021 and 2022 Executive Board. Now it's time to a new generation of people to follow the lead, continue what we have made on lead team, and ensure that this organization keeps growing, and at the same time that everyone in Georgia State knows exactly what we are. So without further ado, let's get started. On screen, here are the roles of the executive board. This is in general to everyone who decides to join us as a part of the team. So the idea is to have foster a positive, creative, productive, and cohesive organizational culture that everyone supports, everyone feels represented, that everyone has great ideas, that they innovate, some kind of reflect what the values of Georgia State has in our organization. Because at the end of the day, this will help you succeed in your careers. Also support our team members. Our members are essential for lead team, and we want to ensure that they have motivation to come Monday or Wednesdays or whenever you guys decide to join. This will help you succeed. And mm, they no problem done. We understand. And this video will be posted on YouTube so you can see whenever you have time, you can see it right here. So in also to work in teams, it's essential to work in teams when you have an executive board because everyone is part of the same team, and it's important to know exactly what are a common goals for the organization. So keep in mind those when you are part of the team, and as you progress in the career and as you are a member of the team, you will learn those skills. So it doesn't necessarily have to learn those skills before a position into the executive board, but it's something you can develop as you are present with us in the team. So don't feel discouraged to don't know what you need to do to be a leader, because as you are a member of the team, you will learn them. So don't be discouraged for that knowledge. And now here's are the positions that are now open. So at the end of this presentation, you can go to our PIN website. I will provide a link on the chat as well with the application, and you can select either one of the following positions. It's president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and marketing and PR. So those are the positions that we have every single year, and they're just a core of lead team. However, regardless if you don't decide to take advantage of this, there are a lot more opportunities to get involved. So let's keep going and see what we have for you. Let's begin by the roles of each member. We have the president, and to summarize, what are the roles for the president is to set the overall focus of lifting, the visible face, the one who leads, makes this possible, the one who planifies, creates, coordinates, contacts, communicates with other people and with members, with everyone at GSU about what we offer, who is leading, what we offer, and they like. Um, as we progress on this discussion, you guys will see something called committees, and at the end of the rules, I'm going to discuss briefly about those committees. But it's important to know that as well that in the brief that you guys can select your committees in case you're being president, vice president. You can select someone of being with you. I will get more details in a few more minutes. So in the case of the president, we will assign and share someone in the leadership development committee, and each of the members has a committee. And in the case of the committee, we have the goal to organize and support events, the leadership development of the members program, and also sign transactions along with the treasurer for checks and balances. So president and treasurer will be highly coordinated in the finances. So it's something to keep in mind. Also, to leads the collaboration efforts with the leadership programs office, because since lead team is part in some way of the leadership programs office. For today's the academic year, they provide us with funding. However, because of COVID, everything was moving online, so we haven't used those funds yet. So going back on campus, those changes in profit can change, and those budgets can be different. But it depends on how we move back to campus. However, we don't. We you guys can also find funds on other areas of the GSU office in case they're available. So it's highly important to also support the growth of the members, help with feedback, provide feedback to members, provide resources, initiatives, anything that can be helpful for the team, for its members can be provided by the president or even other areas. If they find information, you can support them as well. And they also and the person who will be president will manage in its entirety the LinkedIn Spanter Involvement Network, where we have the core of LinkedIn and most of the students organizations here at Georgia State. It's important to our members to honestly have it. And that's okay, Kiara. You can see this video when you go back on YouTube, so it's fine. And let's keep going. The vice president is a session where is a person who serves as in absence of the president, who also is expected to volunteer with communication, the executive board, being active of all the process, keep engage them, and also ensure that everyone feels represented as well. In addition, as I mentioned earlier, they have also a committee called the Membership and Motivation Committee, with the purpose of increasing the leadership membership, the lead team membership, in other words, foster friendship and teamwork among members, and also oversees new member orientation. So, in case a new member joins, he or she will be able who will be able to give them like an introduction and welcome into the team. So it's a good position to explore it as well. For secretary, we have the everything that is planning, creating agendas, assigning responsibilities to the secretary of assistant secretary, in other words, provide the guidance, also assign this lexicon for the word because every team meeting we have something called the leadership lexicon. That is a word that characterizes a leadership. However, anyone can also do those jobs if feel appropriate as well, or they feel that they're capable or adaptable as well. And also to notify members about meetings, events, that kind of stuff can be helpful. The person who will be a secretary will also take role of, and maintain organizational records of every event we have in lead team, prepare the communication correspondence with the president, also coordinate attendance for the events, and lastly, distributes the calendar of events of team meetings, special events with other organizations, and anything that you guys want to plan for lead team will be part of the calendar. The treasurer is more related to anything regarding to finance, preparing an annual budget, also coordinating the record of everything related to finances, transactions, in addition with the president. Also supports a co-chair of the finance and fundraising committee, which goal is to fund the organization and find ways to collect money to support lead team in a sense and make sure that the team can promote more events on campus and can make those events a reality. And lastly, and also to report monthly to the executive board if in case there are transactions to copies of the bank's statements. In case they don't occur, it's fine. But if they occur a transaction during the year during the month, the treasurer will report them as well. Also sign the transactions with the president and provide advisor with summary of financial records. So at the end of each year, the treasurer will report anything related to the funds used for lead team. And lastly, we have what I am actually doing, that I am the marketing and public relations officer. And what we do as a marketing and PR is create lead team, promote lead team, share the voice about what we do, let them know at our community that lead team is an organization where you can be successful, when you can make your best. And we also try to share it on different platforms. However, due to COVID, we personally were restricted on the ways. However, social media was a great platform to communicate lead team, get some voice, and drive interest for lead team. So social media is something that I do and we do in the committee, create profiles, posts, videos, TikToks, Reels, anything that it can increase lead team visualization and also among the community in Georgia State. Also, too, I personally and the person who will succeed the marketing and PR will coordinate the marketing and public relations committee to promote lead team, its programs, can generate a positive impact in the GSU community, and also assign those responsibilities to the co-chair as the same as the respective committees for all the positions. So committees are a group of people, generally there are two, and the person who is president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, marketing, and PR will select someone to help them make those plans a reality. So I will get ahead and say that there will be one position for each committee. There will be one person available for each position. It will be election based, and in case the other people is doesn't meet to the position, don't feel discouraged to stay there. So you can make more, and you can also be active by being part of a committee, and you can also support the executive board with other areas that are relevant to lead team. So don't feel discouraged of lost an election, because there's a lot more to do at lead team. You can promote lead team in several ways. That everything you support here will be highly appreciated, and hopefully it helps and it provides impact to a GSU community. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, so let's see something here. Okay, so before we move on, do you guys have any questions? Do you have any questions? Let's see. Let me type as well for Joseph if he has any questions.
I think I don't know if anyone has any questions. What I would add, I think would be good to add, is to share the voting process. Just kind of a quick overview. You provided an excellent details about the roles and about lead team, the values that guide lead team and things of that sort. So I'm thinking the only thing, I would say the added plus would be just more information about the elections process. I'm trying to remember if you have a copy of that document. If you don't, I know I need to share that with you and intended to share it with everyone.
You can
Do you have?
share it. No, I only
Okay,
have this paper. I only have this one. That is the same presentation I use up
okay.
front. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Let's see. So pretty much, this is the presentation I use for the emerging leaders process, the emerging leaders program.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I just added some more stuff about the roles of each position, but I didn't have time for including more. So if you want, you can go ahead and share that presentation for us, please.
Okay. Sounds good. And I'll make it quick. Just
Right.
kind of share a summary
Yes.
of the information. And you've already spoken about our core values, service, which is really, really important. So just to my role here is to kind of share a quick synopsis of what you can expect in terms of participating for those who are interested in serving in leadership, and then also what will be the process both to vote and also to the opportunities for connecting to voters and those who will make a decision about um, who will serve in lead team's leadership for the 2021-2022 year. Certainly, everyone's encouraged to offer themselves for leadership. As you mentioned earlier, Diego, and I think it's important to emphasize, is that even for a person who may not serve in a titled leadership position, at the heart of who we are as an organization is understanding that with or without a title, we have a responsibility and an opportunity to lead. And starting with our personal leadership, and then also the way we interact and impact those around us. So you talked about the officers, so and the duties. I don't have to talk about that at all. And I'm going straight to, and I'll make sure you get a copy of this as well. Something you've highlighted in the social media and the marketing material that you shared already is the application, um, one that is open, and it opened a few days ago, and it will remain open until April 14th. So next week, Wednesday at noon. Elections will be the Monday following at 5:30, and it will close that same day, two hours later. To to be eligible, want a GPA of 2.5 to serve in an official leadership position. And I kind of emphasize these qualities: a willingness to learn, respect for others, personal maturity, dependability, motivation, initiative, integrity, responsibility, discretion, interpersonal communication skills, and leadership ability. And there's a reason why I'm just taking us a moment to emphasize this. And that is there is a unique responsibility that comes with having a leadership titled position. And while we would say, "Oh, okay, you know what? This is just a great opportunity as well for me to strengthen my resume," because it is. To serve in a leadership role says something about your ability to articulate information, to delegate, to build teams, and all these other things. It's really, really important. I would say, with that in mind, it is okay for that to be a consideration. I would also say to be mindful that it's not your only motivation. Um, because if that is exclusively the role, then when some of the potential challenges and growth opportunities that come with the position do come, you may not have the motivation to stay connected and to see it through. So that's just something really important to keep in mind. Um, I serve as a campus advisor. My commitment is to the growth and development of not simply lead team, because lead team is the title of the organization. It's the people, the students that make lead team what it is and the impact that we have, both past, present, and future. So my focus is on supporting the growth and the leadership development of its members. That's the key, and that's where my commitment lies. And with anything, your professor in the class would tell you this: you get out what you put in. It requires an investment, but you won't do it alone. You have an excellent team of people around you. You have a campus advisor who has your six, in other words, who has your back, and an expectation that you see your opportunity through. Okay. In terms of elections, the vice president, Don, who's the vice president, he was not able to stay. He came in. I think he had a commitment, a work commitment, but he wanted to join, if only for a few minutes. But nonetheless, the vice president is a person who is, by constitution, responsible for being a part of the organization process for the elections. Let me see. I'm going to just scroll through to the main points. So in terms of the elections, we talked about that a little bit. Grades will be checked. Election of officers should take place in April. Outgoing officers not seeking re-election will work with the advisor to conduct elections. Applications and nominations are submitted by the deadline. By the deadline, grades will be checked. The order of elections are as follows: president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, marketing, and PR. And the candidates will be given at next meeting, which is on the 19th. And Diego, you can correct me if I'm not remembering the date correctly, but it's on the 19th, and the persons will have, those who are running for office will have 2 minutes to introduce themselves to the other members of lead team, talk a little bit about who they are, why they think they're a really good fit for the role that they're running for, and things along that line. The application specifically highlights what those questions or what the conversation is expected to be. And so a person who applied would have already answered those questions. And if they want to, they can either speak extemporaneously or read from the material that they submitted. Let's see here. Once all candidates speak for a position, the full membership will vote via secret ballot. The candidate receiving the most votes will be elected. Also, just by way of note, if only one person is vying for a position, then at the point in the election process when voting would be normally held, that individual will then be declared the uncontested winner of the role. So there won't be a need for actual voting since they're the only candidate. And that's actually highlighted right here on election day. So the voting poll will open at 5:30. Our lead team meeting starts at 5 o'clock. So from 5 until 5:30, candidates will have an opportunity to speak, very quickly to the other members of the team, pitching why they believe they're a good fit for the organization, things of that sort. Any leadership skills and responsibilities that they've had up to that point that they believe that helps their strengthens their position to serve in that role. If the voting is a tie, then there's a runoff until it's broken, and the link for the voting will be made available right now. It's not posted there, of course, but that will be made available on the day of voting, or certainly by the day of voting. It may actually be made available before then, but in PIN, it will not open for votes until the polls automatically open. So Diego will most likely be the person to help share that, make that link available. And of course, for more information, you can contact myself or Diego. Diego, I know you shared your email address earlier, so that's already something that's available to everyone. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, Don, the vice president, is also has a role to play in that regard as well. So that's just a relatively quick synopsis of the information. Diego, I will also make this information available to you so that you can also make it available to everyone else. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kirk. I will share here at the chat both my email address as well, in case you guys want to communicate to myself as well as another way. I'll generally use the Gmail account. However, by experience, I can actively contact on my personal email. So feel free to communicate on this email. It's on the chat. Um, DDIAC19 at student@gsu.edu. And also too, I have already shared our YouTube channel more the Lithium at GSU channel. So you guys, if you see the scribble, you guys subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for on everything, any notifications that we're gonna have, and also our social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And hopefully for our marketing for the future marketing that be our committee, they can also create, for example, a LinkedIn account or anything that we can be helpful for increasing leadership. So possibilities are endless. And I will also share the application for submission in case Joseph, if you want to apply to this position, you're highly welcome to do it. Or in the case you guys want to share it with someone that is interested in any of these positions, you guys consider that it might be a good fit. In your case, Kirk, you can share it with anyone in the leadership programs. You guys are welcome to do it, to do so. Only keep in mind the deadline for applying is April 14, Wednesday, April 14 at noon. And then on April 19, you're right, Kirk, on April 19, we will have the elections hopefully at 5 p.m. And based on my experience, I think this platform works great for me. So probably will use my personal WebEx for make it possible. Unless unless you got in case you can have an option as well. But I think these WebEx have worked for me very good. And yes, let's see. I think that's everything for today. Do you guys have any last minute questions, comments, concerns regarding lead team, positions, rules, how the election will be handled? Thank you just before you die. Let's see. All right, so I think that's all we have for today regarding the elections. It's 5:50, so I will stick here for 10 more minutes until 6 in case everyone else joined last minute. And let's see, I will wait for 10 more minutes and see who else joins last minute. And then at 6 I will hang out for today here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that sounds good. I'm going to part ways. I'm preparing for another meeting. But Diego, again, thank you so much for investing the time and serving a leading role in organizing the meeting today. I realize that a lot of students, perhaps most students, are preparing for the close of the semester and final exams and such. So um, while we may have hoped that more persons had attended. That's okay. We understand. I'm hopeful that we'll have a full house on election day, and we'll have a full slate of candidates. So
Mhm.
that sounds like a plan to me. Thanks
No,
again,
that's
Diego,
great.
for your leadership.
Thank you for your time, Care. Thank you for everything you have provided us to lead team. It was helpful. It was a pleasure to meet with you, with Kara, Don, and with Joseph. I understand time is not work for everyone yet. Hopefully, as we go to campus on fall, everything gets better. And I'll let you go, Kirk. Have a good one. Stay safe and good luck with your commitments. Keep it
Excellent.
going.
Thank you very much, Diego. Have a good day.